Hey, good morning, Human Geo. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Um, just be clear, this week we only have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We have all four religious holidays on Thursday and Friday, so no need to do attendance on those days. We're going to be wrapping up our topics on our agriculture unit this week, and I'll have like an assessment or something for us the week next week. What would have been our spring break, but now we have to go to school. So I'll be putting stuff up for that. But some review questions. In 1492, Christopher Columbus's voyage took nearly 40 days to cross the Atlantic Ocean, a trip that would take a modern ship less than 1 week. This difference best reflects the geographic concept of. So it took Columbus 40 days to get across the Atlantic Ocean. Now it takes a boat less than a week. That is illustrative of space-time compression, right? This idea that the time it takes for people and ideas to travel is shrinking. Another way to think about it is the world is becoming smaller as we can share ideas and physically travel at faster and faster paces. All right. Which of the following places is least influenced by conflicts related to multilingualism? So that is where you have more than one dominant language. Nigeria, one of the most diverse countries on earth. There are many, many languages there, and conflict has arisen. Quebec, we have French speakers and English speakers, and there's been a separatist movement there. In Cyprus, which is an island in the Mediterranean, you have Greek and Turkish speakers, leading to conflict. Belgium, you have Flemish in the north, and French in the south. All right. The only one of these countries that is not multilingual is Venezuela, where the vast majority of people speak Spanish. All right, throwback from Friday. What challenges exist for subsistence farmers around the world? And I'm kind of thinking of three. A, we have this concept of subsidies in rich countries, which makes the crops of subsistence farmers more expensive than those of commercial farmers. We have the problems of desertification, where you over-farm and good land turns into bad land. And we also have this issue of when you grow food for export, so an LDC wants to grow food to sell to an MDC, but that also means that the land that they're using is not used for farming food for their own people. All right. So today we're going to look at this concept of sustainable agriculture. It's kind of short notes. We've seen the word sustainable before. It's when you engage in practices that can be continued for generations and generations. You're not using up resources. So solar power is sustainable. Burning oil is not sustainable. All right. And with sustainable agriculture really focuses on respecting the environment. So to be a little bit more specific, sustainable agriculture has sensitive land management. That means that it really pays attention to the health of the earth and the health of the soil. In doing that, they don't use chemicals. So they don't spray their crops with pesticides. They don't put fertilizers on the soil, which could then later pollute the water. And last, they integrate plants and animals to create a healthy ecosystem. Plants can benefit the animals can benefit the plants, and sustainable agriculture looks to take advantage of that. In terms of chemicals, I don't know if you guys have heard of a company called Monsanto. They're like the largest genetically modified seed company. They also produce vast amounts of pesticides, the most common being Roundup. And commercial farmers throughout the US spray their entire fields with these chemicals that prevent weeds from growing and also prevent bugs from eating the plants. Like 80% of soybeans are sprayed with chemicals. 54% of cotton are sprayed with chemicals. Sustainable agriculture looks to avoid that. And as I said before, they look to integrate plants and animals. So animals can go onto a field, they poop. The poop is natural fertilizer. You don't have to use chemicals. It's natural. And in the future, the crops will grow even better. Cows will eat the grass, so you don't need to use machines, right? Thereby reducing the burning of fossil fuels. So So this is a famous farm in Virginia that does a really good job of like having chickens actually help the fields, having pigs actually help the fields, instead of using feedlots and keeping them separate. You guys have probably heard about organic food. I'm sure you've heard about organic food. It is quickly rising in popularity in the United States for several reasons. In terms of sustainability, organic food does not use chemicals and really limits fertilizers. Usually it's natural fertilizer like animal poop. And people are attracted to it for several reasons. There's health concerns about food that has chemicals on it. And for environmental reasons, organic farming is better on the earth. So here's the general trends, right? Up to 5 years ago, you can see the blue is organic food going up and up and up and up, again, for health and environmental reasons. Non-organic sales, this green, my suspicion is that that's cotton. So there are some companies that will advertise that their clothes are made from organic cotton, which again, people would want for environmental reasons. But the general trend is it's gaining in popularity. It's not without debate, however. The reality is an organic farm produces less food per acre than a non-organic farm. You can simply grow more food using chemicals. All right. So the question is, could the entire world be fed using organic farming? People aren't really sure. All right. And first and foremost, we need to be looking to benefit all the people of the world. The second issue, and I'm sure you guys have seen this if you've ever walked into a Whole Foods, is the price. All right. Organic food is simply more expensive because there's less of it. Lower supply, higher the price. So here's just like a sample grocery list. If you were to buy all these things organic, it would be $33. If you were to buy non-organic, it would be $18.20. And so you can't really blame people for getting the food they need at the cheapest price that they need. So that's one of the ongoing debates of organic farming. Your work today is on Mr. Evans' history. The link's posted. If you have any questions about sustainability, reach out with an email or a message in Google Classroom. Take care.